Friends, it's never a good sign when two nuclear-armed neighbors decide to play a round of whose tank is bigger. But that's exactly what went down between India and Pakistan in 2025. It all kicked off with a tragic attack on April the 22nd in Pahalgam. 26 tourists lost their lives, fingers pointed, tensions soared higher than a Bollywood dance number. India, in a move straight out of Sun Tzu's playbook, decided it was time for Operation Sindoor. The operation, launched on May 7th, marked the official start of the conflict. For 4 days the world held its breath as bombs fell and rhetoric flew. Finally, on May 10th, President Trump, ever the diplomat, managed to broker a ceasefire. No winners, no losers, just a whole lot of hurt feelings and a simmering pot of geopolitical tension. This wasn't your grandpappy's border skirmish, folks. This was a full-blown 21st century showdown. We're talking fighter jets, drone strikes, and enough cyber warfare to make your head spin. It was a stark reminder that in this crazy world, even the smallest spark can ignite a conflagration. Now, you'd think that two countries going at it like this would draw some international attention, right? You bet your samosas they did. India, expecting a pat on the back and maybe a shipment of freedom fries from the West, was left holding the bag. Aside from their trusty sidekick Israel, it was a lonely party. Pakistan, on the other hand, had its own entourage. China, always happy to poke India in the eye, was there front and center. Turkey also joined the party, adding some Ottoman flavor to the mix. And let's not forget the silent partners, Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar, who whispered sweet nothings of support in Pakistan's ear. Turns out international relations are a lot like high school. Everyone's trying to be friends with the cool kids, and nobody wants to be caught hanging out with the loser. In this popularity contest, Pakistan seemed to have more friends with benefits. But hold on to your hats, ladies and gents, because this war wasn't just fought on the battlefield. Oh no, this one went viral. Welcome to the world of information warfare, where memes are the weapons and Twitter is the battleground. And in this arena, Pakistan cleaned India's clock. They controlled the narrative, painting India as the aggressor and themselves as the poor, defenseless victim. Meanwhile, India's attempts at propaganda were about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. Fake news, doctored photos, and exaggerated claims, they pulled out all the stops. But nobody was buying it. The result? India ended up with egg on its face and a serious case of digital whiplash. So what did we learn from this whole India-Pakistan kerfuffle? Well, for starters, it seems like India's days of playing defense are over. This time around, they went on the offensive, targeting civilian infrastructure and generally acting like they were auditioning for a starring role in Apocalypse Now. Not exactly the behavior you'd expect from a country that likes to preach peace and harmony. Pakistan, despite putting up a good fight and a killer meme game, still showed some cracks in its armor. Their air defense system needs an upgrade, and their civilian protection strategy seems to have been inspired by a game of whack-a-mole. The 2025 war was a wake-up call. It exposed the fault lines in South Asia and reminded the world that old rivalries die hard. As for the future, well, let's just say it's a good time to invest in bomb shelters and therapy. Because when it comes to India and Pakistan, the only thing we know for sure is that the next conflict is just a matter of time. And memes, lots and lots of memes.